ladies and gentlemen. And you might be asking yourselves, why am I whispering? Well, in honor of how this card makes everyone feel, this real sleeper card, and it's not a sleeper hit. This is a real sleeper card. I am going to be doing this entire prediction video in ASMR style. Shout out SASMR for the idea of YouTube predictions, UFC predictions, doing ASMR style. So shout out to him, go check out his channel. And let's begin with the first fight of the night. Now, no, it's not this one. Taira Rodriguez versus Ketlin Souza. Now, I'm gonna be going with Ketlin Souza. And you might be asking me, why are you going with Ketlin Souza? What about her stands out more than Taira Rodriguez? And after a long, hard thought answer to this question, it would be because I feel like it. Ketlin Souza, 29-28. Next fight up on the card, Rafael Esteban versus Felipe Bunes. Now, I've seen Felipe Bunes fight a few times. Rafael Esteban is still undefeated. I don't remember seeing him fight, not gonna lie. Let me go. Oh, a win over Jesus Aguilar. It's like a win over McDonald's. Whoa. Win over Charles Johnson. Listen, I don't really want to do any MMA math. And I know Felipe Bunes' only loss in the UFC is to Joshua Van, who's now the #1 contender. But his game is more so of a submission chaser when he needs to, like a desperate submission chaser. And I know he submitted that 6'1" gangly flyweight. But as I just checked, Rafael Esteban, he knows his shit, and he knows how to win. I'm gonna have to go with him, beating Felipe Bunes. I've only seen a moment of success in the UFC for Bunes, and it came against a guy who I don't think has had success in 2 weight classes. And I just don't like the way he approaches the MMA game. Rafael Esteban, 30-27 decision. Next fight up on the card, Austin Bashi versus John Yanis. I'm gonna go with Austin Bashi because if you look further down in the leg reach section, you'll notice he has 37 inches of leg reach. Not a crazy amount, but it's more than 0. So we have found the only fighter in the UFC who doesn't have legs. And you expect me to pick him? I'm sorry. I know Austin Bashi lost to C-Rod, but that's just a coming-of-age story at this point. Happens to every prospect in the featherweight division. They're all going to lose to C-Rod, and the ones in the bantamweight division are also going to lose to C-Rod. Just like Raul Rosas Jr. lost, just like Austin Bashi lost, and I'm trying to think of the Cameron Simon lost. C-Rod has the hit list of upcoming prospects and talent. Anyways, yeah, Austin Bashi, 29-28 decision. Yanis might surprise us. Next fight up on the card, Nick Klein versus Andrei Pulayev. I'm going with Andre Pulaev getting a second round TKO. Nick Klein does have a good reach and leg reach to kind of match Andre Pulaev's distance game. The issue is he does not know how to use that reach. I saw this guy look like a lost 12-year-old boy on the feet against Mansour Abdul Malik. This cannot happen, and I think Andre Pulaev is going to piece him up on the back foot. Nick Klein is going to just trudge forward, try to get the clinch, and trip him up against the fence and get the takedown, as he tried against Mansour Abdul Malik. His striking is really just uncomfortable and awkward to watch, and he looks uncomfortable striking as well. So, I'm sorry. I cannot put any faith in someone who fights like that. Next fight up on the card, Rodolfo Vieira versus Tresean Gore. I'm going with Rodolfo Vieira, and the reason is Tresean Gore is known to snatch up these nasty submission wins, and he's decent on the feet, but he can make a lot of mistakes and does get exposed and does get finished for it. Rodolfo Vieira looks like he's sauced to the max. The max. And he is built like a brick. It's hard to submit a brick. You can destroy a brick, but you can't really submit it. It's really hard. I don't see an opening for Tresean Gore to win this fight. And Rodolfo Vieira is also pretty good on the ground. I see this as a first round submission for Rodolfo Vieira. Lock it in, gentlemen. Next fight on the card, last fight on the prelims, Rinya Nakamura versus Nathan Fletcher. Rinya Nakamura has an extensive wrestling background. His last performance, let's be honest, pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. I do not want to see him do that again. You understand, Nakamura? Get back to your fucking wrestling base. Don't be fucking around on the feet. I have Nakamura winning this fight because Nathan Fletcher is making his UFC debut. I know he's coming off of tough, but honestly, that doesn't mean that much to me, and it shouldn't mean that much to you. Rinya Nakamura needs to get his grappling off early when they're dry, and I can see him working towards a 30-26 decision. Not that much of an entertaining fight, although he could go for a submission. You know what? I changed my mind. We've seen Carlos Vera does have a dangerous submission game and an underrated guard. So I'm going to go with Nakamura getting a second round submission over Nathan Fletcher. Partly because I know nothing about Nathan Fletcher, but that doesn't fucking matter. Next fight up on the card, Dani Silva versus Kevin Vallejos. I'm going to go with Kevin Vallejos if this fight is to happen, because a little birdie told me that Dani Silva will not make weight and will not be able to fight, and that Kevin Vallejos is looking for a backup opponent. Whatever happens with this fight, whatever happens, I'm making the video now, so I'm going to predict the fight as it is right now. Either way, doesn't matter who they switch the opponent with, unless it's some elite fighter. I'm going to go with Kevin Vallejos getting an early second against the fence. Danny Silva will crumble. He will play the distance game, I think. But Kevin Vallejos is a legit fighter, legit prospect. And I can see him destroying Danny Silva. Whoops. I did not mean to do that. Next fight up on the card, Neil Magny versus Eliseu Zaleski dos Santos. Now this is a certified unk fight. And although it is tempting to go for the dos Santos pick, I'm going to have to stick with Neil Magny. I think he's just a bit fresher in his career at this moment, and I think he'll easily overpower Dos Santos in the clinch. You know, the clinch is Neil Magny's world, welcome to my house. That's the doorstep. Welcome in, Dos Santos. This is the clinch world, the Neil Magny world. 29-28, Neil Magny. Next fight up on the card, Carol Rosa versus Nora Cornol. I'm gonna go with Carol Rosa. She seems tougher. I've seen her in scraps. Yeah. I see her gain it down 30-27. Next fight up on the card, Elvis Brenner versus Esteban Ribovic. I'm gonna go with Ribovic in this fight. Brenner gets hit too often, and that is a nightmare when it comes to Ribovic, who has some of the highest output, I think only trailing Joshua Van. That is very, very, very impressive. So I have him winning this fight. We also see Ribovic does have some kind of pop on the feet, and Elvis Brenner does get caught too often for him to succeed against Ribovic's style. Early third round TKO for Esteban Ribovic. Co-main event now, Mateusz Rebecki versus Chris Duncan. I'm going with Rebecki. Chris Duncan, he's a submission guy. Rebecki, he's a Polish brick. You can't submit bricks, you can knock them out. And Chris Duncan does have a chance to do that, but Rebecki is too tough for him, and he's going to overpower him. Second round TKO, maybe leg kick TKO for Rebecki. Now we're on to the final fight, the main event. Last minute put together, but still a main event. One of the main events of all time. Tatsuro Taira versus Hyun-Seon Park. I have Tatsuro Taira winning. Hyun-Seon Park is a very dynamic fighter. He's got a KO win, 2 submission wins. His game is mostly grappling, as it is with Tatsuro Taira. We've seen Taira tangled with the top who's who of the division. I have yet to see that from Park. And I know maybe it's a bit of a cop-out pick, but I'm going to have to go with Taira getting it done. 49-46, unanimous decision, win for Tatsuro Taira. Maybe Hyun-Seon Park has success in a round where he capitalizes on a mistake made by Taira, but I believe Taira's experience will easily help him coast through 5 rounds and maybe even mount to a late finish in one of the later rounds. Who knows? That's the beauty of the sport, and the beauty of not knowing what's going to happen. Anyways, this is Jesus MMA. If you like this format of video, once again, shout out to SASMR for the idea. Then I suggest you go subscribe, like and comment this video, Let me know who you think is gonna win this fight. And yeah, I will catch you later. Ciao, ciao.